right, open tonight's select board meeting, Monday, May 18th, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. We are using artificial intelligence for note-taking purposes. Roll call vote, Dan Haskins present.
Colton Andrews present.
Seth Alexander
All right,
present.
if we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first thing I'm just gonna do have Kyle, our DPW foreman, give us some updates. He's on a timeline tonight, so we'll move him up on the list here.
So updates, first of all, equipment, everything's running perfect, no problems, just so you guys are aware, nothing major going on in equipment. Still waiting on our roller grant for awards or not. Our Middle Road Bridge, that was the chapter 90 first before DOT took it over. I just closed that this week. Papers came in today, that was 49.6, so that'll be coming back to the town, and DOT's now taking that over.
Perfect.
So we're caught up with our chapter, no, we got one more project still. Chip sealing, that's scheduled for June 8th. I sent letters out to all the residents of these roadways that when we're here, have patience, get out of the house for a day or half a day, because you can't drive on it until I sweep it. We're doing some shimming of those roads right now with a local company to try to just beef it up a little bit, make it last a little bit longer.
Is that pretty much considered a skim coat? Kinda?
Shim, yeah.
Or thin coat over it?
Shim. Sometimes you drag the screen.
Got that.
Those are my tire ruts, that's all I'm
Okay.
trying to do.
Yeah, I was just curious how it worked.
I actually just went and spoke with North Adams Sheet Metal about getting some pricing on an old drag box we had built up. I haven't got it yet, so where maybe we can do smaller stuff in-house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Side roads, smaller, and not have to do the process I'm doing right now. So that's gonna leave us, after my chip sealing's done, it did go up a little bit for fuel, for the price adjustment, about $4,000. About $380 left in our chapter 90. Spoke around, we need to hold off to see what our bids come in at our Middle Road South, because we're gonna have to use this funding if we're over. And I'm predicting we're gonna be about $200 to $250 over.
Okay.
So that's out the bid right now. That's June 15th, we'll be opening bids at the next select meeting on Middle Road South. So you guys are aware of that. The only other major road thing that happened, we had a large tree on Henderson Road come down on a guardrail. We can't fix it because it's on the bridge. They are contracted to be coming out, hopefully in the next couple weeks. That's looking like a $3,000 repair just there on that.
Okay.
Two other issues I'd like to just speak of really quick. North Eagle Sewer, part of the I&I that we were doing years ago, the state mandates. We have our first contract wrapping up complete of locating manholes and if not, designing. That was an article years ago for 157. We have a balance right now of around $100,000 in it. I would like to move forward to bid that out to get the manholes installed. We can wait to see if we ever get grant funding, but I wanna the town approved us for 157. I think we can get that part done, and let's keep moving forward. So pretty much Ron agreed with me on it. I wanted your guys' advice and approval to put it out to bid this project.
So we have the funds already set aside for it?
For this part, yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's just chipping away at these state mandates, because we
Yeah.
can't afford to do them all at once, so it's
Yeah.
a little bit at a time.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I don't see
Okay.
any reason not to move forward with it. I know that is something that's definitely needs to get done at
So
some
I will
point, so.
speak with Dime Bond that have it and tell them to move forward.
Keeps us off our backs, too.
Yeah, it shows them that we're making progress,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, makes them happy. And the only other thing I wanted to make sure, every year during late September, I come in about sending letters to the Gravel Bank Road residents for taking care of the road and plowing, or we're not gonna do it. I wanna send them out now. Every year it's a big hassle. this past year, the gates weren't opened at the end, they never got opened. It was a tight bottleneck at the end, we were tearing around a tight driveway up there. It's a private road that we're still plowing. I've been trying to get out of it for years, but it's not working. I wanna jump on this now, and that way if they don't complete it by a certain time, we gave them plenty of time, so we can't have people coming in and saying, oh, you only gave me 2 weeks and the plant's closed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We give them the summer to get that road shapened up, or we should be walking away and saying, sorry.
How's the condition of the roads? Is it still deteriorating?
Almost deteriorating, yeah, it's just.
I know it was always
they-
bad before. It's been probably a
they've
few
thrown in
years since the
loo-
last time I went
well,
up there.
They've thrown in just loose stone because, oh, the plant's closed, and I can't say I'm not plowing it in November, because I would feel guilty.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm giving
Understandable.
them the summer to fix that, or, I mean, our insurance years ago said we shouldn't be plowing any private roads. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine right now if you say just stop, but, you know, give them the summer,
Fair
go
enough.
from
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, I think that's fair.
That's it for me.
Jack?
One more thing I want you to touch on, she's not here, in reference to 380 Henderson, we talked about, just like get them an idea what the flashing lights would cost up there.
Oh, the stop signs?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
it's on the agenda for Mrs. Bowden there,
There,
Diana, on 380 Henderson Road.
Oh,
Ryan mentioned about
the
that.
intersection, right?
Yeah, and see how the problem is out with the state,
yeah.
and it is. It's the state knoll. People do fly, and it is dangerous. It's a very dangerous intersection. So I mentioned to Ryan one day, coming through the backside of Old Cheshire Road, there's the flashing
Yeah.
stop. I said, geez, and I looked into it, those are $1,200 a sign. So it's gonna be $2,400 to do that, and there's a 2 to 3 year life expectancy, that's it. And they're not a shut off, they're 24 to run with solar, and that's what it is. So it's not a $400 or $500 sign install, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, or $300. That's a non-budgeted item that would
Yeah.
have to be budgeted for.
Now, there's a lot of people running through that. Is that
Well,
some of
it's
the
a-
issue?
Dangerous, it
It's
is.
a very dangerous spot there, it's just tough, especially coming out of Henderson.
It's very,
Yeah.
Very
especially for
dangerous,
your,
Yeah, well, that's why I saw
Elderly.
it on the agenda, that's why I'm here, because.
Yes,
But you say a stoplight, I was thinking of going on Route A, are you saying there's flashing?
Just basically like a warning, it's almost
I
like a
just
warning.
mentioned a
light.
warning.
Oh, yeah,
for-
warning on
Not
Route
on
A.
Route A, not
Oh,
on
no,
Route A. It was
no.
on the Henderson Road, 'cause I can't do
Oh.
anything on Route A.
state, that's state
I
highway,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not, I mean,
Yeah.
But the problem was the people on the highway not coming in.
Well, the problem is you're coming from River Road, heading towards Stanford,
Come on.
you're coming out Henderson, that, you got that knoll, you can't, by the time you make that move out, someone's right there, and they're flying through there usually,
Yeah.
too.
And especially whatever happens with this bridge project, when
Right.
this gets shut down, if they start funneling traffic up East Road and back onto Henderson to come
It's
out.
gonna be even worse.
Granted, Route 8 shut down, but they're still gonna have the local traffic from those
Yeah.
people coming over the hill or
Yeah.
turn. So, I mean, maybe the state will work with us and help us out, do something there.
Maybe they
That's what I
will.
was
To
wondering,
use that
because of
as-
the bridge project.
It
maybe the-
may work out to help us too, so. I just wanted to make the board aware of it,
Yeah.
so, what's going on.
Well, there's been, accidents there.
Yes,
Like
there has,
Mr. Demers here on our wall was killed there,
yeah,
2009.
yeah.
Also, Barbara King was.
Mrs.
back-
King got hit bad
Got
here,
hit,
yes.
she
yes.
was King
Yes,
and
yeah.
headed north and
Yeah.
someone plowed into the back
Yeah.
of her.
It's a very bad intersection.
So, yeah,
Very bad.
I mean, I always taught my kids, you can look north and you can see a distance, always look south last, because they
Yeah.
come flying over that hill. And,
Yeah,
but
make it,
now the cars,
there was no time to react.
no, and now my car is one of the kind that will turn off,
Yeah.
when you stop. And so sometimes, you go to go, but you can't go, you hesitate.
Yeah.
And sometimes then it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
close.
yeah,
It's a very dangerous intersection.
yeah,
If they just had some hazard
yeah,
light, just dangerous intersection ahead, caution,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a what we could do if there's some way for the state to step in, and put like a
Maybe.
yellow caution blind hill or blind intersection,
So
reduce
reach out to the
speed
state,
limit to 35. I don't know if they would work with us on that.
We can try again, we have in the past, spoke with Dave.
You know what we should put on it? Bob Norcross. That's a guy, I bet you Bob could
Yeah,
take it.
can't hurt, I can ask him,
Yeah.
can ask him. So, all right,
I'm
thanks,
all
Kyle.
set, you guys good?
Yeah,
Good
thanks,
night.
Kyle. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a good evening.
You too.
petition the private people to sign those
Yeah.
cards. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just gonna move, we're gonna do the 750 Daniels Road update next.
The two holes that she said that were in the wall, I have repaired those, and the hole in the ceiling, I actually have pictures of those being repaired. We have started to move the vehicles to have them leave the property. I don't know if you guys have gone up by that way at all, but there's the Buick.
Jimmy Massey's on there too.
So, the Buicks, there's a Buick in the driveway for them to move, then we have a Kia next to ready to go, so.
Mhm.
I'm giving them until the end of the week to have the cars removed, or I'm going to put them onto their property, basically,
Yeah.
is how that's gonna work.
Jimmy,
Yep,
you wanna jump in?
sure. Thank you, Stephen. So board, May 7th, Ron and I went out to 750 Daniels, and that was due to a complaint due to the generator.
Okay.
So we went there and met Stephen there at his property, at the property there. And the concern is that Stephen is living in a pop-up trailer, and he has the generator in which he's using as a permanent source of electricity. So, Stephen, I believe that powers your pump, obviously, right,
No.
for when you need water.
No, that's not.
So you don't have any running water then?
I have running water.
You do.
Yes.
How is that working?
It's ran off of a pump in a separate location.
Okay.
All
that's
three of the
interesting.
all three of the houses up there are on one water source.
Okay, so that's good to know. Again, so going into the generator, so you're using it for electricity.
And we're just using it temporarily for electricity. We're trying to save up because it's going to cost $1,600 to repair
Right.
the damages done by the tree that fell on the line, which took out my power again. $1,600.
So that's what is our concern, is that we need to make sure, Stephen, you need like your potable water source, you need your electricity, you need to be able to use the facilities and bathe, do laundry. So
Yeah.
the concern is you have this temporary housing with the pop-up trailer. It's really the board's decision of understanding that if you had electricity, you would have consistent power and a way to work your process like it sounds like you're currently doing
Yeah.
to work through this. But if you don't have an electrical source like that with constant power, it becomes a housing concern for you. And that's where we're worried for you living in that environment, that it's not the best situation. And the other concern I have to bring up are the dogs are in the house, and I'm hoping we were able to maintain that situation in the house and upkeep and take care of them, because it's not a great habitation for them either to be living in. So these are the concerns that we have. If you've done work and done vehicle moving and some other things since we've been there, I'm happy to go back on the board's behalf if they would like me to, and work with Valerie too. Agent Valerie Bird is back now, but we can go back and take a look at this again. But really, board, I wanted Stephen here to really share what he's worked on, and then this concern with his housing situation with the pop-up camper.
Well, I've also have cleaned out some of the cabinets. We have decolorized a lot of the house. There is no dog feces on the floor or anything like that. I actually just mopped the floors with a special stuff to actually get the smell out of the floors.
Okay.
New floor.
But
So again,
Jimmy,
yes.
real quick,
Yep.
going back from when our first meeting was, the whole idea was, and again, I don't want to see anybody lose their animals, but the animals were not supposed to be in the house, correct?
I mean, they were supposed to be able to. They weren't supposed to be there, Stephen. Right?
Completely. I just want to go back to the original.
I mean, they're
Well,
right.
No, this is what we agreed upon, and I'm just going back to what we agreed upon.
Right,
That the
Right.
house was gonna be secure, and no animals were gonna be in there, and that he would have the ability to go in there and work on things.
right. Well,
Correct?
it is,
Correct,
yes.
Right, so, and then we had a complaint from the neighbors up there of a constant generator running again.
Correct.
So that goes back again from what we had before, a generator running constantly. Now, we looked at the electrical that day we were there, and we did look at the mast that was coming up through the roof, and it's bent a little, but I'm not an electrical contractor, but I don't see where there's $1,600 to repair that.
I didn't see
He
where
wanted
it was.
$1,000 for the parts,
The parts, yeah.
plus 600.
600 for labor. I don't know who the electrician is, but I don't know who the electrician is, but you know, it doesn't seem like, seems like a little overdone, but that's me. But you know, that my concern is this: is it doesn't seem like anything is getting done you're shaking your head and you agree. You know, that day I went up with Jimmy, and I'm saying that I'm being honest with you. If it was important, I wouldn't be working on a truck. I'd be inside that house working on things to get things right. That's just me, okay? How I look at things. So to me, your primary thing would be getting that house to where you need it to get to be in there. That's how I look at things. So my priorities may be different than yours, okay? But, you know, and again, I was kind of surprised to see the dogs in there. And I know your dogs are important, you know, but they don't belong in that house, you know? And that's just my feelings. Jim, you know, we talked about it that day. You know, I see that guy move the car down in the driveway. So that's been 2 weeks.
Right.
And that car hasn't been moved. You know,
That's
whatever.
why I sat giving him another.
I know,
to get
but
it
you know
to
what? You don't have time to give somebody time.
Correct.
He has to get it out of there.
Yeah.
You can't afford to give him time. It's just gotta be taken out of there.
Unfortunately, your housing depends on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you can't be a nice guy. And, you know, all I'm saying is I just don't see where it's gonna get any better. That's all. That's just me, you know?
So really, in theory, we've just gone back to another temporary housing situation.
Yeah.
Generators running, which
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
I think, really what kind of set a lot of this in motion.
It's gotten worse a little bit in so many ways.
Yeah.
But,
I,
yeah, so.
yeah, I don't.
Again, I don't want to see anybody get thrown out on the streets or anything else or animals, but we got to come to some kind of agreement here or something.
We're getting the funding up for get the electric fixed, aren't we?
What?
Well, we got what? How much towards getting the electric truck back on?
I don't know.
I got some
I
money.
don't know.
$1,000 fixing it.
Yeah.
If I could ask through the board, is there anything maybe the Berkshire Health Alliance could provide like a priority list for Stephen about what needs to be done first and to get the property up to code?
We can do that, for sure. You know, the first part is obviously the electrical. I mean, that has to be operating. The pop-up camper is still a temporary situation which the Board of Health would need to approve and understand that situation. And he has a water source. So yeah, we can put a list together. I mean, he has that correction order, and we can also build with that. And I can work with Valerie, on that as well and let her know. But the basic essentials, I mean, for example, if he was to have electrical, he could use the house as a foundation for laundry, bathing, the typical essentials. And then he has that pop-up camper, which the board would need to approve because it's temporary, and probably put a check-in deadline of, each month come in and give an update and work through that process. But the issue is the dogs are in that house. That house really we need to make sure that it is a sanitary safe condition, because if humans can't inhabit it, animals can't. I mean, that's kind of my thought of an ACO as well, animal control officer. So, if the dogs can move to the garage, if there's like ways to get that house up and going. Stephen, I know you said mopping, but again, these are some key, the basic first essentials, and then the refuse outside.
That
The vehicles are one thing, but the refuse is.
the refuse. Some of that we are taking. We're going to be taking a load out in 2 weeks. We're going to be taking a whole trailer load of trash off the property.
Okay.
So if
That's
I,
what my mother has the next day off.
if I could ask through the board, who requested this on the agenda today? Ron?
Me and Jim.
You and Jim requested this today? All right, and what was the goal?
The goal was actually, when we first did this hearing, was to have a monthly update.
A monthly update?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it seems like Steven just needs some direction with it, so I think that a priority list is, along with that corrective order, is gonna be the key.
Yeah, which is fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and then maybe with that priority list, have it to completion about what could get the house back to code inhabitable. That'll be the goal. So,
Right.
and then just the ball be in your court, Stephen. Once they give you that priority list, however you want to approach it and get it done, and we're gonna go with their recommendations. So,
Because I was going to say, because I know on the slip that I got when the house got condemned, there was only the 3 items on that for the reason why I got condemned.
mhm,
Which one was the vehicles,
mhm,
the second one was the heat,
mhm.
and the third one was the dog feces and the clutter in the house.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, he's at a disadvantage if on these meetings, if he's addressing what's on the corrective order and he's having other things thrown at him. So maybe get a comprehensive priority list that he can work on, and then there'll really be no excuse if it's not being taken care of.
Yeah.
We got a question. How do we address the temporary housing issue currently with the pop-up camper? Because obviously I don't think we can continue with the constant running of a generator to produce electricity on site.
We probably honestly run the generator about 6 hours a day just to cool off the fridge again.
Jim?
Yep. I mean, I honestly, Board, I think we can work on that comprehensive list, of course, but I think really we need to I think, get a deadline on when this electricity is going to get repaired, and I can go back and do, a re-inspection of where Stephen is with Valerie, and we can assess it. I mean, but I think the electrical is the big piece to this. He has water.
I honestly, I totally agree with you. The electric is one of my top priorities of getting fixed.
I mean, that's a bit urgent for him. I mean, if you're all okay with him in the temporary position of that pop-up camper, that's one thing, but he needs to have a constant resource, and that's what's blocking him. I mean, we can work around these other things. He can get the electrical going and keep functioning with laundry, bathing, and all of that, and being able to power that section of his home and still have the camper, but it would just need to be approved. And we can get the rest of the list together. But really the electrical is my concern, honestly.
And if I could through the board, I mean, there's Mass General Law and our bylaws that regulate, the pop-up situation. I believe that would fall into like we were looking at before, where if you're working on a property that needs to be repaired or whatever, you have a certain amount of time. And as far as the generator goes, I know there's Mass General Law about the decibel levels and how long you can run it.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to defer to that. I mean, I think we're a little limited on how much control we can put on that, but unless it's in violation of Mass General Law or the bylaws.
Yeah. There are decimal levers you have to go by.
But there were some hoops we had to jump through
Yeah,
before for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So that would kind of be up to us to regulate that.
So the realistic goal here is how long before you can actually get the electricity, to have the money to pay for
What does that
electricity?
mean?
Yeah, that's the big question today. The big question today is how long before you can have the money to get the electricity up and going? That's the big question.
Correct.
That's the
Correct.
big question.
I was supposed to call him in 2 weeks.
2?
Call him back in 2 weeks.
Okay.
He needs
Yeah.
money to get the parts.
Yeah.
So would our next meeting by June 15th be realistic to have that power back on?
Sure,
Yeah.
hopefully.
you know,
That would be nice.
yeah, that's ideal, right?
Yeah, and if I could through the board, Jim, if you wanted to send, if you could do that, that'd be hugely helpful if you could do that priority list, send it over to Ron.
Yeah.
Ron, if you could send it over to us, that way at the next meeting, we have it in front of us, you have a copy, we have a copy. If there's stuff getting checked
Yeah.
off, we'll have a much better reference point for
Yeah.
this.
What if we also did just kind of a quick reinspection prior to the meeting,
Yeah.
where we can get kind of a gauge on some of these things that Stephen had mentioned he has done? That'll help us kind of adjust that priority list as well.
You know what, if the board's okay with it, and if we had the time before our next select board meeting, if the board could go up and take a walk and see the property,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
put a
I think-
visual, to put a visual on
I think we
it.
need to with.
Yeah, I
with
think
bringing-
it would give you a better perspective of it. I really do. And I think in the meantime, he has the opportunity to get the electric fixed, but it gives put a
Right.
set of eyes on it. I could talk and Jim could talk, but I think if you guys actually went on the property and took a walk and just visualize it, I think it'd give you a better perspective of it too.
So, just for clarification, we're gonna let him continue to live on site in temporary housing with temporary power until basically the next meeting, correct, on the 15th? Just for
Yeah,
clarification.
you said you need a couple of weeks to get electric.
Yes, yeah, basically.
I mean, you can have me go on that 2 week mark. I'm not sure how far out that. If you wanted me to be there on 2 weeks and I double check that, I'm happy.
Well, it'd really be June 1st.
I'm saying realistically,
Yeah,
is
next-
2 weeks realistic?
I'll work on it.
Okay, yeah, I don't want you to say yes if it's not realistic, that's all. I don't wanna put you in set a date and say, hey, you said 2 weeks and it's not
You
realistic,
want
that's
it
all.
on in 2 weeks, the electric on in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's gonna take him.
Did he order the parts?
No, he's waiting
He's waiting
for
for me to-
$1,000 to order the parts.
Okay, so when can he get the $1,000 to order the parts? No,
I gotta get it somewhere.
oh, yeah, so you don't have the money right now then?
I got it in my account.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
But there's other things I have to
I know,
pay.
I hear you, no, I hear you,
Yeah.
I hear you, I just, yeah.
That's kinda extra, you know?
I hear you, no, I hear you.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
So, Ron, if you get any further complaints, you're basically just gonna have to tell the abutting neighbors that they have to deal with this for a continuation of
Well-
2 to 4 weeks, I'm assuming?
Well, no, I don't wanna say that to the neighbors.
Well, that's from my perspective, that's what we're basically telling
If
them.
I could just speak through the chair, I think that if we got more complaints, it would be up to us to go through the testing for the noise, for the decibel levels and things like that, to see if it's in violation of the noise code that we already have in place in the bylaws.
Yeah, have to test, yeah, have testing
That would
done.
be up to us
Have to have testing
at
done.
that point, because I'd also like to speak to the idea of us going up to take a look at the place.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure, I think we have a pretty clear picture from the reports. I'm sure it's abhorrent. I'm not, there's no concern
But
there.
I just think the
I'm not
board,
concerned with my perspective and our perspective on it is of no concern. I'm concerned with the legal aspect of
Yeah,
it
yeah.
and the recommendations
Yeah.
of the governing bodies. So, I mean, my perspective and our perspective really doesn't have a bearing
No, I
on what
think
he's
it-
allowed to do.
I think if you went back over time, believe me, Norman Rolnick's been up there with decibel meters, they've all been up there, believe me, when I tell you this, and Norm could speak to it. They've been up there with meters before. This is not the first time we dealt with noise up there. So, we've gone through that. If we need to go through it again, we need to go through it again, but we've been there before my time. And Norman's brought me up to speed on everything up there before. So, realistically, I say they need to get that electricity on ASAP.
But if I could ask through the board, would we be able to tell someone they can't use a generator if they're not in violation
Well,
of the law? That's my only question. I mean,
what I'm
that
saying, you
seems like
can't
a lot
run
of
it, you
people
can't
want
run a
it.
generator 24/7.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Right, okay.
For an
So-
extended period of time.
Yes.
I mean, whatever that,
You just
the board
can't.
would need to consider what that would look like,
Right,
but
right.
it's for temporary use only. It could be temporary use for 24 hours, it could be temporary use for 7 days, as long as there's an agreement and it's gonna stop at that point. I mean,
There has to be an end all here. It just.
there need, yeah.
You know, and that's not my call, it's your call, it's the board's call. I just bring a situation to you guys that you have to take in consideration, but also, you have to understand where I'm coming from, I have to take in consideration other people involved here, neighbors. So you put yourself in that situation. If you had a guy living next to you, and he's running a generator or whatever, and it's noisy, it's not a new style generator, it's an old style generator, okay? The new ones are sort of quiet, the older ones are noisy, okay? So I look at it that way. Then I also look at the human side of that. It's their side too, right? You gotta look at both sides, but, you know, there's a situation there. They know they have a situation. You gotta rectify it. How much time do you need? I know it's a money situation too. Okay, we talked about that earlier. You know you have a situation, you need money to rectify the situation. Or he doesn't have a job, right? He's not working. His grandmother's retired, she's on a set income. How much extra residual money do they have coming in? Those are things you gotta look at. So we could say 2 weeks, 2 weeks could turn into a month could turn into 2 months. That's why I ask, is it realistic in 2 weeks to have the money to repair the electric? Those are the things I ask.
What
and
if
that's
he
the
just
reason.
has the money and didn't start on it yet?
Right, yeah, so again, right, he's gotta order the parts.
And then he's got
Then he's gotta work on it,
take
so
time to do it.
so realistically, 2 weeks isn't realistic,
no.
right?
No, 'cause
It's gonna be,
even
it
if
could be a
she-
month and a half or 2
Even
months.
if I gave him the money
Even if she
today,
gave him the money in
Yeah.
I
a week,
just want
it
to
would
speak to the
still.
board again real quick. I do feel like a lot of this are semantics because what I want to know is, as far as the generator thing goes, in the Mass General Law or in our bylaws, we're allowed to set a time limit for how long someone can? Yeah, Jim, would you know this better?
Hey, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, we can go into, for temporary use, it's best judgment that you're able to work with that individual through the course to get that situation rectified. And like Ron said, there's things to consider. If it's a tight neighborhood and you have that generator running 24 hours a day and it becomes a nuisance, or there's a fume issue, then but you can have a piece of land where you're far out away from everybody. You're not so close. So there's ways to work through it. Sorry.
I'm gonna make
No
a
problem.
comment recommendation. So from my perspective, this really in theory should be treated no differently than a construction site. It's being handled as a condemned building that's under substantial renovations that need to be completed. Normal construction site, say you could run between the hours of 7 and 3:30, like a normal business day. If the generator needs to be operated during that time frame, no different than if anybody was building a house, doing an addition, you have the option to operate that generator during that time frame. After 3:30, just like most construction sites, just like most projects that are ongoing, quiet times are from 3:30 on. The neighbors don't have to listen to it. Majority of people are probably at work during the day, wouldn't affect them as much. I'd be completely fine with that. You could treat that location as an active renovation site that's being
So
worked on.
my only question is that within the board's legal purview to do?
I don't know that. Jim, is that, I could check with our legal on that.
Yeah, we probably need to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's again, this all unless we
Yeah.
know for sure, these
Yeah.
are all semantics. What people
I
want,
can check
want
on legal and see what the recourse is. I can find
'Cause
out.
I'm all for doing that,
Yeah.
or whatever the board
Yeah.
wants to decide, but we just have to make sure it's
Yeah.
within our legal purview.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it is just
Yeah.
semantics.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
throwing stuff out
Right.
in the wind.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Board of Health has to approve the temporary housing
Yes.
location too, correct?
Yeah, that has to be approved, yeah.
So then I think that's
Yeah.
the threshold that needs to be immediately met. If it's not met, then it's non-compliant.
Yeah. Yeah. I can check in the morning with you, get a ruling on it.
Works for me.
Yeah, let's look into that and
Yeah, I can get a ruling on that for you.
see what we have in the bylaws or if we have.
Yeah, and I'll check in the first thing in the morning on the bylaws too. Or I can check later tonight myself, and see if we have anything on the books. But I can check, and then that does make a lot of sense, Cole. And technically, it's really considered
It's not
construction.
a current active,
Yeah,
habitable location.
yeah, yeah.
Should be treated as a construction site.
Yeah.
So how long has electricity been out for?
how long did it now?
It's been about a month.
Month.
Yeah.
We had that.
Yeah, because the last time you
storm.
were in here, the tree had
That
fallen right
big
during that
storm
storm.
we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in the spirit of this discussion, should there be a final date basically set? If thresholds aren't met, how much longer are we gonna continue kicking the can down the road on this?
Let me do this. Let me find out from legal first, and then I think we have to have an end-all date eventually. here.
Because this has been an active situation.
Yeah, it's been on a while, but
Considerable amount of time.
also, I want to find out from legal, then I want to give them an opportunity, a fair opportunity to correct, have a hit list where they can go at it and give them an opportunity to correct
I agree.
what's wrong. If they can't correct what's wrong, then we have to make a decision. Hey, give me a list. Where are you at that list? Have you got 20% done, 30% done? If you haven't, then we have to make a decision. Is that fair enough? I think it's fair.
Yeah, whatever, again.
I don't want to see
concerned
anybody,
with the legal.
listen, you gotta understand something, I'm as fair as anybody can ever be. I don't wanna
Yeah.
see anybody ever. But I think he's right.
I understand.
You gotta give an opportunity to give you a list to
Yeah.
achieve something, okay?
Yeah.
I believe that wholeheartedly. And, Jim, I think you
Sure,
do
it's all
too.
good, yeah.
Jim's a very fair guy.
Well,
And-
a set list.
Yes, a
Nothing
set
looking
list,
at
yes,
it,
oh, yes.
not
But I think the
I don't
first
like
thing,
that.
the
I
first
don't
thing we
wanna
gotta
do it
figure
without
out
books.
is we gotta get electricity to that,
Yeah.
to that building.
It never worked.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta get
Right,
electricity
right.
to that building.
I think it would be a priority to have electricity on by June 15th.
I think it's a
I
priority.
agree.
You gotta have, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You know, I know 2 weeks is too tight of a time frame, I think, to
No,
put on it,
I
but
think you're absolutely right.
I think our June 15th meeting, we'll have another update then. I think that's a very big priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we need
What
to
if he's
approve
still
a
working on it?
30-day temporary house,
As long as
temporary
you,
housing
What if
until
he's
that
working
date.
at least as long as you've paid the electrician, if it's on the electrician at that point.
Correct. If you got
At
the
least
ball
the
rolling, the ball's
Yes.
rolling, the parts are ordered or are on their way in.
Yeah.
If it's the ball's moving, yes, then you have a problem with that, but if everything's moving, if he's got the
Yeah,
parts ordered,
by
everything's.
June 15th, if he's working on it. so-
Yeah, but, well, right now, see, nothing's happening right now, so we,
You can provide a
Well, you
quote.
might have
We
a
other-
can
quote,
take a look
yeah,
at a quote.
Might
a
have
receipt or a
other
quote,
Any kind of
whatever,
paperwork
yeah.
that can show that.
I'm sure he's got other
You know,
guys.
Oh, I
I can talk
know.
to the
Yeah,
electrician.
but just
that's
get a
fine.
receipt from him saying that you paid
Oh.
him to start the work on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Or, you know what, I don't know how this electrician, if he's a friend of yours or who he is, or,
A friend of mine.
yeah, okay, I don't know if I could help you find another electrician to help you out
Yeah,
or
is there
not.
one cheaper?
Well, you never know. What I'm, again, I don't know. But if that's a friend of yours,
No,
so
it's not, I just met him when he did the.
okay, yeah,
I don't even know
I'd
his
be
last
willing to
name.
do that for you to help speed up things for you.
Where did
And
I
again,
go?
through the board, my
Yeah,
only
Tom.
concern here, my only concern with this at this point is I'm just trying to protect the town and the townspeople
Yeah.
from legal recourse.
Yeah.
I don't want, it to be set around that
June
we're
1st and then
illegally
the
forcing someone out of their
15th.
home.
No,
At this
that's the
point,
last thing. That's the
So-
last thing.
I'm only
No,
just
I'm not
trying to
doing
protect
that.
the
That's the last thing
town
I'm
from
gonna do.
legal recourse.
Yeah, that's the last thing.
My
But-
son-in-law is the one that recommended him.
Yeah, oh, that's all right. All right, so
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
could
check
get
with legal
another one.
tomorrow
One cheaper.
on the generator.
I think he's wrong.
But for us to make a decision on the generator, if time reference anything like that, we would have to approve that at the June 1st meeting.
Yes, yes.
So if you'd like to come back on June 1st, that's when we will be discussing any temporary generator
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
standards.
yeah. And then Jimmy,
And-
maybe
yeah.
by then you go and do an inspect again and just come up with a
Yeah.
list. Come up with a list too.
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, we definitely we need to get out there,
Yeah.
Stephen, to do
Yeah.
another touch-up re-inspection of
Yeah.
what you've done.
Yeah,
Valerie and I can both go to that.
okay,
But I would plan on it for next week
Okay.
at probably the mid part of that week. And we'll take a look at everything you have done,
Alright.
and we can reassess things, and we'll be, have more information for the board, and we can build that priority list for you off of that.
Okay.
Alright.
So
We're all on the same page on this right now, so,
Yeah.
alright. So we'll see you at our next meeting at June 1st.
Alright.
June 1st,
Yeah,
what?
we can go. What time?
you're all set to go.
Um,
Is there a meeting on-
I think we'll be doing 4:30.
Okay.
4:30,
time?
yeah, same
Yeah.
time,
What day
4:30.
is it on?
Monday,
Yeah,
June
Monday.
1st. Yeah.
Call my office if you got a question,
Okay.
all right?
Yeah.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
one.
Mrs.
Thank
Wyman.
you.
Thank
Good
you,
to see you.
Stephen.
Yeah.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it.
Yep.
At this time, I'll introduce Curtis DeRozier to speak to the Hometown Hero Veterans Banner updates. And Curtis, I want to say thank you for your patience. Letting your turn first.
Interesting. All right. So last time we spoke, we ran into the issue with National Grid. So I had Representative Barrett was at City Hall last week, and I brought it up to him. And first of all, this is my assistant, new assistant, Michaela Meswar.
Hey there.
I brought her to introduce her, and I didn't even do it. So John Barrett asked me, you haven't heard that they backed off? And I said, no, I haven't heard that. So he had Bob Ide call me directly. And what Bob told me was, the policy is in place, they're not changing it. However, us putting banners on telephone poles will not have repercussions, and we will not be confronted with it. So proceed as...
So pretty much out of sight, out of mind.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Proceed as you initially planned. And I said, okay.
Okay.
So that's kind of why I'm coming to you guys now. Ron asked me to come and talk about that. That's the verbiage that I got. So it's I mean, whatever you guys decide you want to do. If you want to go that route, we still have the pole route, which McCann is currently working on a price for me. They're essentially, we're going to buy the product. They'll do all the engineering and the labor aspect of things. The only thing with the poles, and it wouldn't be a charge to the town, it would just be offset with the cost of the banner, which
Yeah.
we will figure out kind of how we want to proceed with that.
So who goes and installs them to the poles?
What's that?
So who does the installation on the poles? I'm just curious.
On the telephone poles?
Yeah.
That would theoretically be DPW.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then again, also what Bob told me is if there was a situation where a telephone pole needed to be worked on, one of two things would happen. National Grid would either take it down, or they would call me and we could have it taken down by us, but they wouldn't just rip it off or
Yeah.
anything crazy like that. So
Yeah, I may take it down. Say, here's your banner. Here's your banner back for now, or something along those
correct, and
lines.
then
Yeah.
it would be up to us to put it back up.
Okay, that's fair.
The other consideration is to do something at Town Field, wasn't it, with that?
And that's what we had discussed last time.
Yeah, so if that didn't work out on the poles, we talked about putting it up at the field, setting poles, and I talked to Kyle, we were gonna put poles up, put the flags up there.
Yeah.
But then last week he sent the email through and I said,
Right.
well, why don't you come up and talk about it?
Now, what location are we thinking about doing this in town, or is that for?
It depends, it's something we could decide upon as a board, if you wanted it down through here, because technically this is considered the main street of the
Yeah.
town, or we could do it up by the field, either or. I know there's quite a few people in town that were very interested in the.
Yeah, I've been approached.
Yeah, yeah. So
Is
it's a
there been
nice
any-
way to honor.
Has there been any preference of location or no?
No, they hasn't really been talked about that, I wasn't sure. And when it came down to the field or even town here, right out here, I talked about, they just thought the idea was good. We talked about with Sue too, it's just the idea of having something to honor the past heroes of the wars. It just has something, and you know, so when you came back with the idea about the flag off the poles, I thought it'd be nice too. You drive through town and you can see the flags, so.
Yeah.
We haven't decided where.
I
but
think
so-
maybe a mixture of both, possibly,
Yeah.
depending on
Yeah.
how many we
Yeah.
get, just so,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I think it'd be
maybe
great.
some up by the town field,
Yeah.
that nice stretch
Yeah.
by the school,
Yeah.
and then maybe
Spread them out a
some
little bit.
through here. I
Yeah.
think that would be
I think it'd
nice
be really
touch
nice.
to
How
it.
many
Sounds like you
total?
like the pole idea.
Yeah, how many total do you think there's going to be?
So, North Adams, we sold 132. All right, but let's put that into perspective.
Yeah.
There's over 500 veterans in North Adams living.
Okay.
There's probably close to 3,000 to 4,000, if not more, that are both living and deceased.
Okay.
So once these banners go up in North Adams on Friday, I can give you a better number because I have a feeling that she's going to be answering a whole lot of phone calls about
Hey,
how they
yeah.
get the banner up.
Yeah, I think once
But
people
if I
see
had
it,
to, if I had to guess for Clarksburg, I mean, I'd say probably 30 to 40.
Yeah, I guess if you do, if it's a 30 to 40, I guess you could really do it in multiple locations. You could
Yeah.
do here, you could do middle, you
Yeah.
could do cross.
Nice.
That's basically all your main.
So it's pretty much one per telephone pole, is that how?
Yeah, it would be because they're so close to the road.
Yeah.
You gotta meet DOT regulations, which is 15 feet off the ground.
Mhm.
So that also kind of plays into how big they can be. So like North Adams did 30 by 60. We can't do that on telephone poles. So I honestly think telephone poles, I think you can do 24 by 48. I gotta check that. I have it in my emails.
Mhm.
But if you did the poles at, say, rec field, the only recommendation I would have is that you put them on the field side of the fence.
Yeah.
Because if you have them on the road side of the fence, it's gonna be too close and you're gonna be stuck using one or two banners.
Well, maybe we don't do the poles, but just do the telephone poles through that area. So, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I feel like the poles might be a lot of work trying to
Yeah.
get those in
Yeah.
cost-wise also,
Right.
so. You know, maybe we'll,
Yeah.
when talking about that, my thought was just those telephone poles coming through that area. You know, it could be maybe
Yeah.
from, depending on how many we get, maybe from the West Road intersection going down to the Four Corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Yeah, we
do
could
basically
do-
from the Clarksburg, North Adams line and middle, up basically to Four Corners, and then same thing, River, probably. I thought as far up basically as we
People come
could.
to town and see them.
Yeah, I think in some
Nice way-
different
nice
spots, yeah.
tribute.
Yeah.
So, and I think, and this is just my recommendation, is that, you know, once a decision is made, maybe in September, October, we start that process of putting applications, put the word out so that application, and we do this for Memorial Day of 27.
Yeah.
Because if you do it right now, you're probably not gonna get them up until maybe August or September.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
You're
early
gonna be up
fall.
2
maybe,
months
yeah.
and you're taking
Yeah.
it right back down, and I know your DPW's not that big, so
Yeah.
we should've got a lot more to do than
Yeah.
be putting and taking down banners.
Yeah.
But the nice thing too is, after this year, or after next year, the brackets will already be in place.
Yeah, so
And
it's
so
sort of
literally,
slide.
it's just putting a banner back
Yeah.
up, so
Yeah.
it'll be a little less time.
Yeah. I was happy when I saw that email.
Yeah, I was happy when I got that call.
No, that's excellent. No, thank you for all your work on it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, North Adams done a lot more than I expected. But you guys are all welcome to attend Friday. I know everybody's got a job, but 10 a.m. at City Hall. It's probably gonna be like 250 people there. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
I'll be there. My dad's got a banner.
There we go.
Yeah.
So it's a good program. It's been really fun to work on. Getting McCann and jury involved has been awesome. So getting Bex involved was awesome.
No, thank you.
Good plug.
Yeah, so it's been a good time. But
Actually, you know, and actually, I had dinner with some family Saturday night. My aunt, Marianne, was showing me the picture of the one she has for my grandfather going up, and
wait, who?
Anthony Arabia.
Oh, okay, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's like 6 Mariannes on there. So
Oh, Marianne King.
there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she got her and Leon. Yeah, or
Yeah.
him and Leon.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, yeah, she was showing the one for my grandfather. It looked really cool. So,
Yeah, they came out.
yeah, family's very excited about it.
Yep. So, but yeah. So whatever you guys decide, I'm fully willing to take the reign on it and,
Yeah.
and run with it, and obviously keep you guys in the loop. But
Excellent. Yeah, no, that sounds great. Do we need to do a vote on something like that, or?
If you guys want to have be part of the record, yeah, I think it'd be a good idea.
All right, I'm gonna just abstain from voting, just because I've been helping with some of the
Yeah, that's
projects on this one. But
Somebody can make a motion.
What do you need for a motion? I'll take it.
Yeah, just,
Making a motion to approve the implementation of the Hometown Heroes
Yeah.
banner program
Yeah.
in the town of Clarksburg.
Second the motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
perfect.
so I'll get everything typed up and I'll get it to you, Ryan, and
Yeah,
you guys can take a look at
Yeah.
it. And
yeah, perfect.
let me know if you're good with the verbiage.
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was very enlightening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys. Good
you.
luck.
Thank you. Nice meeting you. Thanks, Curtis. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back to order here before we lose.
You know what,
anything.
before we go, I
Yeah.
got this nice young lady here from Henderson Road, and she was here about the lights, but I asked Kyle about.
Yeah.
So Diana, you can speak about that dangerous intersection.
Well,
Just, if you wouldn't mind, just before you start speaking, just state your name and your address for the record,
sure.
please.
Diana Beloin, 380 Henderson Road.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yes, coming out from Henderson, it's, Route 8 is higher.
Mhm.
I look north, I look south, I look north, I look south, and then I go.
Mhm.
But we feel it's dangerous. That's one issue. The other is speed on Route 8 and Henderson Road. And Henderson, there's some little kids teaching, have to be straight, yeah. And laying them back. I mean, the adults are out there with them.
Yeah,
But- And then it's Vermont after that.
yeah,
And I'm gonna check, they in Sanford have a sheriff at some point, and he of course can't come into Massachusetts,
yeah,
but they speed the whole distance.
yeah. No, we can make note of that. We're gonna get some state police patrols rolling here.
Well-
I will mention that to have them, check that area.
There is, I spoke to a state policeman new to Clarksburg, he lives here. And he was out on the road watching, so I stopped one day, parked, walked across, talked to him. I forgot what he said. He's not from Cheshire Barracks, but
Mhm.
he said he would contact them. Somebody mentioned, Kyle.
Kyle.
Not, his name came up,
Oh.
he wasn't here. But like at the school, they have a flashing light before Henderson.
Yes,
If
yeah.
they put something like that up,
yeah,
flashing,
flashing,
or
yeah,
down, or whatever it says,
yeah.
it might help.
It might help, yes. Kyle was here earlier, and he
Oh,
brought it up to the board about a flashing
Yeah.
light.
We are a little restricted on doing a flashing light on the Route 8 because it's a state highway and we don't have, am I right, the authority, what I
You
would
don't
say,
have the authority.
to make, changes or
Yeah.
reduce the speed. I mean, we could put a request into Mass DOT, for something like that, for a flash, some kind of flashing light, like, warning, blind intersection, or maybe reduce speed to 35 for that intersection, but unfortunately, that would be in the state's hands to do something about that. I mean, we can recommend it and request it, but
Right.
no, we can't say it's
Right.
gonna happen or not,
Right.
unfortunately.
well, anything to avoid a problem. That's,
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I was just remembering, we did put a sign up down near the country club entrance about trucks entering and exiting when they were doing construction up there. And those signs are still there, but did the town put those up on the state road, or did?
Probably the state did, that's not state
D-
highway.
DOT.
But they did it for us,
DOT would have done that at that point.
Yeah.
so if they did that for us.
Those are really supposed to be temporary signs, my
Right,
guess they were
that's
just,
been years,
they were just never taken down.
right,
Because once a project's closed out, they
Yeah.
usually dismantle all
but
of
they
it.
did that for us, so I mean,
I'm just thinking, maybe Dan mentioned something earlier about the bridge project, maybe they could do something
some leverage.
with that bridge. Yeah,
Could,
Yeah,
just roll it into the contract.
yeah,
All we
maybe.
can do is put in the request.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can ask.
yeah.
And I can have Bob maybe contact somebody down there on it.
You might have the right
Yeah,
contact or
you
something
might.
like that.
I'll ask Bobby Norcross to see if he's got anybody down there who can shake some bell
Mhm.
around, maybe
We can do
get
a
some.
sign dedication, make it the Bob Norcross
Yeah.
intersection
Yeah.
memorial.
I'll ask him, I'll send an email to him, see if he can do anything for us, help us out. So, it's worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
It's a very dangerous intersection.
It
It is.
Yeah, we agree, absolutely.
yes, but I understand that and appreciate that, but I would like something
Yes,
Yeah,
done.
yes.
Mhm.
I've watched the speed limit too, North Adams coming up, and people just fly.
Yeah, it's like a race car track through there.
I do know we just received a grant to get a couple of the speed signs that like mount to like the telephone pole that flash if someone's going over the speed limit.
Really?
So I'm not quite sure. Decide like where, or and I'm not sure if it was part of the grant to say exactly what roads that those are going on, but you know a couple of those are being implemented in town. Hopefully,
Middle Road.
Middle Road.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so we are doing what we can to try to make people aware of their speed.
Yeah.
Middle road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'll check, I'll have Bob check. I'll have him check for you and check back downtown hall a couple of weeks or so. Maybe I have some information for you.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Thank you for coming tonight.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
thank you for
Appreciate
bringing
it.
that to our attention.
Well, I thought earlier about doing a petition in the neighborhood,
Yeah,
but you guys seemed open to the
Yeah.
idea.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Okay,
I wonder
good.
if the petition would help for the
Thank
state.
you.
Have a great night. Enjoy the nice weather.
Yes, I have been. Thank you.
Good, good.
Thank you, Susan. All right, starting back in order here. All right, we got approve the meeting minutes from May 4th. I gave them a read. Everything sounded good to me on those. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to read them.
All good. Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, next up, we have Linda LaFave is requesting a selling canned beer at this year's Pickle Fest on July 18th at Town Field. Now it's looking like we were able to find a bylaw going from back to 1987 saying that, you know, no person shall drink or possess in any open or partially consumed container of any alcohol beverages as defined in Mass General Law, you know, while in upon a public way or public place. So, I mean, obviously it's a bylaw.
Spells it black and white, so. This was for Pickle Fest, and they called in reference to it, and I'll be very honest with you. I'm not in favor of it. I'm glad it's right here in our bylaws. And my recommendation would be no. It's here to no anyways, but you know, it turns into trouble anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the authority to amend bylaws
No,
probably without
bylaws,
going,
bylaw.
without going to, bring it to town meeting.
Yeah, no,
So unfortunately, I
Maybe
get,
next year she can submit it.
submit, yeah.
Yeah.
Request for the
Yeah,
warrant.
yeah.
yeah, so unfortunately, our hands are tied on this
Yeah,
one.
no. I had Markel look it up.
Will you,
They're calling me tomorrow.
okay, I was gonna say, will you, do we need, now, I see, do we need to make a motion to deny?
No, because it's here, it's part of the
Okay.
bylaw, so very simple.
All right, perfect, yeah, if you can take care of
Chapter
that,
9 of the
tomorrow,
bylaws,
that'd be
yeah,
great.
so we're good.
All right, let's see, next up, we're moving down to town administrator updates.
Everything's good.
No way.
No, everything's good. Everything other,
I think we covered quite a bit tonight.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Everything's good. No, everything's good.
All right,
Yeah.
Looking forward to Pickle Fest.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's coming up. Oh, we got a concert, just so you know, June 27th, we have a concert in the park. In Berkshire Regional Planning, we have a grant. So Berkshire Regional Planning is going to have, they're paying for a food truck, they're paying for an ice cream truck,
Wow.
they're gonna have face painting, t-shirt giveaways, all kinds of stuff.
well, that's great.
Yeah, Berkshire
Nice.
Regional Planning is paying for all of it.
That sounds
And we have a DJ, oh yeah, a band coming out of Music Falls. So that's gonna be on Friday night, the 27th, from 6 to 8.
Excellent, save the date for that.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Bringing entertainment.
Yeah. So,
No, it sounds like it'll be a good family event.
yeah.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up or any public comments?
Our huge crowd that we have here.
Make a motion to adjourn at 5:31 p.m.
So moved.
So we got that.
All in favor?
All right.
Make it, we'll make it.